Hey, how's it going, everybody? Back with a quick video. Today, we're back into the mango game. I had some mangoes before. Just like with the previous video with the double Mahoy bananas, they got lost or kind of didn't make it with the move. Same thing. I had some mangoes. I had what did I have? I had a fruit punch. I had a Julie. I had a can't remember the other ones. I had an orange sherbet. I think a lemon zest. Uh, can't had a couple other ones. Um, yeah. Um, I'll post the pictures again. It'll be the same pictures I posted from the previous video. Um, like I said, when I moved from one city to another, I had to move all the my potted plants. It was basically 4 U-Haul trucks full from city to city, back and forth, and by myself. In the rain too. That's the part that sucked the most. Was it was during the peak of rain, and I twisted my ankle on the very first day. The very first day of moving, which was when it rains, it pours, right? But yeah, like I said in the previous video, my baby was so small, so everything was kind of rushed. So I kind of put everything in the corner. It was winter. I couldn't protect the mangoes the way I was supposed to. I ended up offloading them first and kind of bunched them in the corner. So if you know anything about mangoes and in our region in California, Northern California at least, we're not supposed to be able to grow them here. People do grow them here successfully. People have better success rates in Southern California, but they're mainly from Florida, Mexico, India, where it's more humid and tropical, Hawaii. But you can grow them here in Northern California. I'll be tweaking my backyard to have them. But enough chit chat. So I do have 4 mangoes that I ordered, and we'll be putting it into big pots or bigger pots momentarily. These are all dwarf varieties. I chose dwarf varieties for a reason, to be able to protect them in the winter, to be able to make a enclosed shelter for them, so I don't have to bring them in and out. That's what I was doing in my other house. I had them on a cart, and I was bringing them in and out, but it was never going to be permanent. This is my permanent home. As you can see, everything is in ground now. So, after I put these in the pots, I'll kind of give you an idea of what my plan is. But for now, this is a carry. I did have a carry before. I'll post a picture and a description for each mango that I have, at least, so you guys can kind of get a heads up of what type of mango there is, or these are. For me, growing up, I grew up very, 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 very poor. I always just thought there was one mango. So growing up and kind of living and doing more research and just knowing more, there's over like 300 varieties of mangoes. There's so many in Florida. So it's a lot of research, and you kind of have to choose a tree, and that's for any kind of fruit tree. But for me specifically with mangoes, these are going to be um, for tailored to my needs and what I'm gonna want for my yard specifically. So yeah, then I got a Julie, and these two I got from Southern California from a reputable seller on Etsy. I've bought many plants and trees from this shop. And then over here I have a pickering, and then over here I got a dwarf Hawaiian. And these two I bought from a seller from a nursery from Florida. Not all nurseries will ship to California, so if you're going to buy something from Florida and they don't ship to California, always kind of be worried about that. So if they do, or if they are certified to ship to California, that's a good thing. So the next thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and get these into different pots. So we'll be right back. All right, before I start, I want to show you guys what I use for my avocado and my mangoes. There's another brand too, but I've been using Kellogg for a while. It's been working pretty good for me. It's for basically like succulents, cactus, citrus. But for me, it works. Excuse me. It's been working very well for my avocados and my mangoes when I did have them alive before they went kaput. Just because it's very well draining. Avocados, they don't like to. Of course, a motorcycle goes by. Avocados, they don't like to be in wet feet. Same with mangoes. So this is really well draining soil. That's another reason why I put all the avocados on mounds. They don't look like they're on mounds as much now, but that's only because I've added layers and layers and layers of mulch right here. But if you go back to my original videos, you'll see that these were like basically little mountains, but I just added mulch whenever I can. So it's like almost level with the ground, but it's basically still a mound. Yeah, just wanted to show you guys real quick what I use. Then we'll go ahead and start putting these in pots and show you how I do it. All right, so usually the first thing I do is kind of gauge what I have first. So I'll do the small ones first. So I got the Julie here first. So I watered it yesterday, so it should come out pretty easy. So looks like it's in pretty good shape. And leave that there. And grab our soil. I know it's about yay high, so I'm gonna fill the pot up to about right here, compact it down. Grab a cup from the kitchen to piss off my wife, and then take it from there. So that's about what I want for the height, and I'll kind of compact it down a little bit. Since it's well draining soil, it's not very It's not very dense. So we got a hole big enough to hold this plant. We don't want it to be above the pot level either. So that looks pretty good. Kind of mix it around, mix it with the new soil, with the native soil. Now we'll compact it down. Put the little pot to the side. I'm just joking, this is not a kitchen cup. Used to be. Not anymore. So now I'm just gonna fill the sides. Kind of level it as I go, kind of make sure there's no air pockets. And this will just be, I might keep these in here for a season or two, since these are all dwarf varieties. I might keep them in here just so they can establish their root system a little better. All right, so we'll put this one to the side. Work on the next one. So the next one's gonna be the same size, so pretty much do the same level. That looks good. Make the hole in the middle. Push the soil to the side. Grab this one. This is the carry. Same thing. You want to hold the base of the root or the main stalk. Flip it over. This is a very sandy soil from the native soil where it came from. I'm going to take this out. We don't need it, but the root ball is still intact. So we'll push down for air pockets. Get our good old cup. Start filling in the sides, just like the first one. It's only like 85 or so right now, but it's pretty humid. I don't like. But the mangoes and avocados, they love. So, whatever. Add a little more just for the surface roots. Then I'll add some mulch on top. Okay, so there's that one. So now we'll do one of the bigger ones. We'll do the pickering. And it's somewhat in a bigger pot already, but did my phone fall down a little bit? Let's fix that. There we go. So it's like I said, it's in a decent pot, but we're gonna put in one just a little bit taller. Now I gotta keep checking my phone. I'm a camera guy. Camera person. So since this one is not as small as the other one, I'm not gonna fill up the pot all the way. We'll just see what it looks like when we I'm gonna flip it. a lot of the soil may fall out. So yeah, that's fine. It's a lot of the native soil. It's gonna come out. It's okay. We can use some of that to put in the end. Let's see. Let's go ahead and lay that down. Stay there. Nope. Here and here. And there's the first bag. Okay, I think that looks good. Weak. So now we got the cactus soil on the bottom. Got the native soil. In the middle. So now we'll just finish it with the this bagged soil on top. And press down for air pockets. And that looks good. Let's go to the next one. So we got the Hawaiian Dwarf variety left and Alfonso, which in my last video I thought it was a Cassar, but it's an Alfonso. I had a Cassar, but you know the story. Push this down, put this here. Grab Fonzarelli. Take this guy out. Buoy, we'll fluff the sides just so we can mix in the new soil. That's what I like to do, at least. So they could be fronds. How many of us have them? So we're gonna just do what we did with the other ones. Make the soil. Make sure camera's still on. Go to the next one. So now we all have left is the Dwarf Hawaiian. My phone keeps falling. Oh man, I missed everything. Well, at least you'll see the last one. That's all that counts. Save the best for last, right? So, like the other 4 that I did that you probably didn't see, but we're not gonna edit it. We're gonna keep rolling. This is the one that counts. So, I'm just gonna add soil. Kind of eyeball it to where we think this level is for this soil. And it's probably gonna need some more. Okay. Compact it down. And this is the Hawaiian Dwarf. The dwarf. Okay. This. Put that in there. Push down for the air pockets. Oy, oy. Just gonna finish it with the cactus soil. All right. Push down for the air pockets. All right. Let's clean up our mess. Ow, got in my shoe. All right. So I'm still gonna use those. All right, so I got native soil here. Let's give that to the avocados. They don't mind. They don't discriminate. Okay. So, didn't get them all. Got one, but that's basically what I do with the mangoes. And my smaller fruit trees, and now I'll kind of show you where I'm going to put them and what my idea is going to be, and hopefully long term it works out. But be right back. All right, and we're back. Okay, so a little bit of technical difficulties with the camera work, but it's all good. So we got everything in the pots. You got the Carrie, you got the Alfonso, you got the Hawaiian Dwarf, you got the Pickering, and the Julie, or the Carrie, whichever I didn't say. So yeah, I'm gonna keep them under the tarp here, or the shade cloth here in the avocado grove. Keep them here under the Stewart and the Little Cotto, kind of in this area right here. Kind of it's a good place. It's a good shaded spot. Just so I can get used to the environment. It's getting crowded. Yeah, everything looks good. Like I said, everything's in the pot. Got little crispy leaves going on. Yeah, that's usually what I do with my avocados and my mangoes. When I did have some, when I was growing some, I would use the cactus and citrus soil. It's well draining, which is what they prefer. So yeah, like I said, I'll leave them in these pots for a year tops until they can establish a good root system and get used to the environment. And then I'll put these on mounds as well. I'm not gonna put them in the ground. I'll put them above the soil level, just like I did with these. And these turned out okay. I think they're freaking thriving. But I'm not gonna keep them in this area just because there's no room. If I had my room, I would. But I'm gonna keep this area open just because I got a couple more avocado trees. Get the Don Geology, the Nabal, the freaking Daily 11, which is gonna have the huge avocados. So yeah, I'll probably buy some more in the future. So we'll keep this area open for that. But we're gonna put them over here in Bender's area. Haven't asked him yet, but pretty sure he's not gonna mind. I already put all these fruit trees back here in his area. Do you mind, Bender? Yes or no? Shake my hand if it's okay. Shake my hand. There you go. See? I knew Bender would understand. Okay. So the plan is to disregard his pooters. To put him in this area right here in the center. So I'll have enough room for maybe, since they're gonna be dwarfs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think 9. If I space them out pretty good, I think 9. And then I already have stuff growing on the borders. Don't deport me, bro. And then I do have the seedling mango still over here. Doing pretty good. It's not dead, so to me, if it's not dead, it's doing pretty good. Yeah, you're okay. And then I do have room over here too. Also, what I think I'm gonna do is I think eventually I'm gonna get rid of this shed. When we bought our home, it kind of came with it, but it's kind of crappy and old. Not exactly the safest looking thing. It's got a lot of sharp edges. It's kind of exposed right there. But it's Bender's house for now. But yeah, I think eventually we'll get him a new house somewhere, maybe in this area. We'll tear this down, rip this concrete out, and then when I say we, I mean I'm gonna do all this. I am gonna bust my butt. And then if I take this out, I'll have a room. I'll have room for some more fruit trees, because why not? It's a good little area. I don't need the shed. There's already got a shed right there. So yeah, that's the plan. And then once they're in ground, so repot them, let them establish a root system, put them on mounds out here in this area, and then once the winter comes, since they're going to be dwarf varieties, I'm going to build like a little frame, maybe like some 4x4, basically a little greenhouse for them. When the temperatures drop below or around 30 or below, it'd probably be about, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 feet high, maybe 4 feet wide, something light with the greenhouse plastic material, whatever that shit's called. And I think eventually, after a couple years, they'll get used to the cold, and if not, I'll keep babying them. So I don't grow my trees to get. It's a pool. It's not a push anymore. I'm not growing my fruit trees to have massive trees, to have like 100 fruits on one tree, or 200 cherries on this tree, or maybe 200. They're smaller. But for something like the 5-in-1 pear tree, I don't need 80 fruits on this. I just need enough to give to my kids, maybe to my friends to have, because I don't just have the one fruit tree. I'm gonna have the pears, I'm gonna have the plums, cherries, nectarines, all of this. So I'll have a little bit of fruit on every tree. So I don't need these trees to get huge. I need them to be about this height. That's a perfect size. I can get maybe 30 to 60 fruit on one single tree, and that's plenty enough for me and my kids and my friends. But yeah, like all these fruit trees, they're not gonna get massive. If I had a small yard, and if I just had one tree, then I would let the one tree get massive. But I got this whole yard, So that will get a little bit bigger, maybe like that size, and then that's gonna be fine. I'll prune it every year to get the fruit I need. This is like the perfect size. I won't let it get any bigger. Maybe a little bit wider, but you know, we got the citrus tree here, which is small. And that's what I kind of did. I kind of strategically planted trees next to other varieties to kind of make them fit, you know. So, you know, this next year get a little bit bigger. The 4-in-1 apple tree will get a little bit bigger, but never bigger than this other stone fruit tree. It's the perfect size. Doesn't need to get bigger than that. Get plenty of fruit on this. The apple tree, it's getting there, but I don't need huge trees. I just need to get 30 to 60 fruit from each one, and that's enough for me. That way I can plant more trees. Yeah, that's the video, guys. Trying again with mangoes. Should work this time. I'll make it work. Yeah, I'll post updates eventually when I make a switch. So till the next video, guys, have a good one.